Yes. So if you are new to this channel, let me introduce myself. I'm Prasanna R, right? So this channel is entirely for UPSC mathematics optionals, right? So if you are choosing maths as an optional in the mains, this channel will be really helpful for you. So this channel has more than 187 videos on only UPSC mathematics optional, right? So you please go through all the videos. It will be really helpful. And in the last live section, I have said I can arrange a guest talk for you of how to re-strategize and reschedule for UPSC prelims 2020, right? That is what I'm going to do in this video. So in this video, she will be explaining of how to best utilize the next 60 days, right? I'm assuming that it will be around 60 days for prelims. So how best you can utilize the time and how best you can re-strategize for prelims 2020. That's what we're going to see in this video. Let me get into this video, right? Thank you.
Hello everyone. Prelims has been postponed. Are you worried that you will not be able to prepare properly? Here is a small initiative from our side to help you strategize UPSC Prelims and Mains Preparation 2020, presented by Catherine Saranya. So the objectives of today's presentation is to help you simplify the preparation from home, smart plan for upcoming UPSC Prelims and Mains, optimize time and preparation, smart preparation for optionals, and be mains ready before prelims. So as you all know, UPSC preparation consists of two components, your study for prelims and mains. So what I will be doing is I will simplify prelims component of the study. So I will give the topics that has to be completed subject wise. So in the upcoming slides you will see all of that. So the list of prelims topics subject wise. So there are 5 subjects in prelims: polity, history, geography, economics, environment. This is the 5 core subject that you have to concentrate in the case of prelims. So if you are a beginner and you don't have access to any of these resources, it's still simple. You need to have access only to the internet. So what you have to do is, say for example in polity, the first topic is historical background. What you do, historical background, polity, UPSC. So you search for this in Google search, and whatever material that is coming is definitely relevant for your exam. This is in case that you don't have the standard textbooks. So let me break down the topic subject wise. In polity, the first topic is historical background. Second, salient features of Indian Constitution. Preamble, citizenship, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, the Union and the states, federalism, center-state relation, parliamentary form of government, amendment to the constitution, election, Indian judiciary, the Union territories, local self-government, the scheduled and tribal areas, emergency provisions, tribunals, languages, constitution and extra-constitutional bodies, and other miscellaneous topics. And the source for referring all of the above topics is Lakshmikant, Indian Polity. This is a famous book and the PDF is also available in the internet. In case you are not able to access the internet, please follow the above method that I told you. Just type the name and type the name of the topic, and at the end type UPSC. All the materials that is appearing in the Google search is going to be relevant for your exam. So this is in case of polity. In the case of history, so history is a vast subject and I have divided it into several parts for easy understanding. So prehistory is basically your Stone Age, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Chalcolithic. Indus Valley civilization is one important topic. Vedic period, both early and later Vedic. Mahajanapatas, in very particularly you have to study about Magadha Mahajanapata. Mauryan period, Dark Age, Gupta period, post-Gupta period till Harshavardhana, ancient Indian religion and philosophy, Buddhism, Jainism and others. This is a very important topic in history and you will find time and again questions being asked from this area. 6 philosophical schools, early medieval India including Cholas, Delhi Sultanate, Bhakti and Sufi movement. So you will have to study all the Bhakti and the Sufi movements. The source I will mention it later in the upcoming video. Regional kingdoms of 14th and 15th century including Bahamani and Vijayanagar, Mughals, Marathas, later Mughals, art and culture, from ancient times to modern history. So you will have to study in detail about art and culture, places and terms related to ancient and medieval India. So the history topics that I have given is a compilation of both ancient and medieval India. So for all of the above topics that I have listed, your source is Ancient India Old NCERT Class 11. So please search for old NCERT, not the new NCERT edition. It is very simplified. Even if you give one time read and make a note of it, it's more than enough. Same in the case of medieval India. Medieval India, old NCERT, class 11. You read it once and take note of important topics, and only revise important topics from the textbook because it's a little vast to read. So transitioning to modern India, you will have to start from arrival of Europeans. So it is Portuguese, Dutch, English, Danish and the French. Early English wars, the Carnatic War, the Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, Maratha Wars and the Anglo-Mysore Wars, and the early structure of British Empire. So this structure will have even the economic component. Constitutional development from 1773 to 1858. This will include all the legislations that was passed by the British government in India during the time period. Governor Generals from Robert Clive to Dalhousie, their administration and their reforms. Administration during company period, English East India Company. So you will have to study specifically about civil services, judiciary, police, education policy, famine policy, press regulation, etc. Tribal and peasant uprising till 1857. Revolt of 1857 is very important. You will have to study in depth about it. Social religious reform movements entirely. Pre-Congress political parties, Indian National Congress, early leaders and their contributions, phase of moderates and extremists, Swadeshi and national movement, period of revolutionary movements, arrival of Gandhi, his early successes in South Africa and his early experiments in India, non-cooperation movement and temple movements, civil disobedience movement, developments to the Government of India Act 1935, Simon Commission, Round Table Conference, Pune Pact, 1937 election and formation of Congress ministries in provinces, transfer of powers from 1940 to 1947. So topics from 9, that is topic from 10 to 19 is related to India's freedom struggle. You will have to give extra importance in studying this because you know how important is India's freedom struggle and how relevant it is to civil services. And the source for all the topics under modern India. So under modern India, the source of all the topics will be Bipin Chandra, A Brief History of Modern India. If in case you find this book a little lacking in any information, you can refer to any online sources because this is a book which comprehensively covers all of these topics, but it may miss out on one or two small topics for which you can refer all the time refer to online sources. As I told you, same applies. So if you find that civil disobedience movement, you want something from online, just type civil disobedience movement and UPSC in the Google search. So next, coming to the subject of geography. You'll have to start with the origin of the universe, evolution of Earth, Earth's structure, volcanoes and earthquakes, continents and ocean basins, Earth movements, mountains, plateaus, plains, lakes, rocks, soils and minerals, drainage system and patterns, various landforms, reliefs of ocean basin, temperature and salinity of ocean, ocean deposits, ocean tides, currents, coral reefs, marine resources, structure and composition of atmosphere, insulation and heat budget of atmosphere, temperature and its distribution, atmospheric pressure and its circulation, wind system, humidity and precipitation, frontogenesis and cyclones, world climatic regions, location, distribution, climate, vegetation, wildlife, people, economic activities. And coming to Indian geography, you will have to study about geological structure, physiography, drainage, climate, natural vegetation and wildlife, soils, population, resources, industries, transport, trade and other economic activities. Don't get scared because of the number of topics that I have listed, because topics from 1 to 23. And the topics from 1 to 23 you can study from one single book, and it is 150-page book, NCERT class 11, Fundamentals of Physical Geography. So that is the book that is important for these topics from 1 to 23. So you will find it in one single book. And 24, for topic 24, World Climatic Regions, you can refer G.C. Leong. It's again a very famous book, and you will find the PDF in the internet. And topics from 20 to 35, this is regarding India. So you can refer to NCERT class 8, class 9, class 10, Social Sciences book. Coming to the next subject, environment. Environment is again a very important subject. As you all know, UPSC prelims is not only happening for IAS, IPS, it is also happening for Indian Forest Service. So due importance will always be given for environment subject. So the first topic in environment will be ecology, ecosystem, types and functions, environment impact assessment, biodiversity concepts, Indian biodiversity, flora and fauna, both terrestrial and aquatic, conservative initiatives, climate change, concepts, causes, effects, mitigation, strategies, India and international climate change negotiations and its initiative, environmental organizations, treaties, conventions and summits, environmental governance, institution acts and policies, impacts of environmental issues on health of organisms and pollution. So for above listed topics for environment, you can refer to Shankar IAS book for environment. So there is an exclusive book given by Shankar IAS Academy for environment. That book is more than sufficient for the above topics, and more and above that you can also refer to NCERT class 12 biology textbooks. Read chapter 13, 14, 15 and 16. Coming to the economy part, economy is another vast topic that is there, but it is also simple because most of the questions that is asked from economy is only conceptual. So you need not by heart any definitions as such, but it is enough if you just by heart the concepts. That is, you know the application of the concepts. Economy starting with national income, growth and development, public finance, money and inflation, banking including RBI policies, money market, capital market, external sector, planning, agriculture, industry, infrastructure, service sector, social sector, contemporary economic issues in India and the world. So the basic book that you have to refer for Indian economy apart from NCERTs is Shankar Ganesh Indian Economy. And to add on, if you want to supplement for what you have learned from Indian economy Shankar Ganesh, you can also read Ramesh Singh Indian Economy. This is quite a bulky book, but if you're interested and if you have the time, please go ahead and read Ramesh Singh book. It is really good. So as I told you, for studying economy, please your focus should be on understanding the concepts rather than mugging any definitions. So in the case of environment, your concentration should be on climate change, policies, international governance, etc. because time and again there is questions being regularly asked. In geography, please try to understand conceptually. So if you take humidity and precipitation, the topic 22, humidity and precipitation, you will have to understand the entire working behind it. So it is better that you supplement whatever you read with some videos. There are humpty number of videos that is available in YouTube. You can see one of them, so that visual memory is better than what you read. So all of this will be stored in your visual memory, and it will be easy for you to recollect whenever such type of questions are asked. So this is in regard to the major topics. So I have completed polity, history, geography, environment and economy. So coming to the minor topics, science and technology. Science and technology, this is a topic that keeps updating regularly. There's nothing static about it. So if you want to study the static part, I will give you a list of topics, but you will have to add on current affairs to it. General science, recent developments, space technology, defense technology, electrical and electronics technology, green technology, NCERT science and technology, class 9 and 10, old textbook. You can read that. This is a good read. NCERT class 11, physics, chapter 1, physics world, chapter 6, world, work, energy and power, chapter 8, gravitation, chapter 15, sounds and Doppler effects. It's an NCERT class 11. Chemistry, chapter 14, environmental chemistry. NCERT class 12. Physics, chapter 9, ray optics, optical instruments. Chapter 10, wave optics. Nuclear technology, nanotechnology. Nanotechnology in particular, you have to study only about particle science. Biotechnology, health and hygiene. IPR, information technology, robotics and its application. NCERT class 12, chemistry, chapter 14, biomolecules, chapter 15, polymers, chapter 16, chemistry in everyday life. NCERT class 11, biology, chapter 6, human genome project and DNA fingerprints, molecular basis of inheritance, chapter 8, human health, chapter 9, food production enhancement, chapter 10, microbes in human welfare, chapter 12, biotechnology and its application, chapter 13, organisms and population. The source for all the above topics will be your NCERT class. I've mentioned few textbooks, and apart from that it will be NCERT science textbook from 6th standard to 10th standard. And I told you science and technology is a dynamic topic. It will keep updating every day, so you have to update your content from newspapers. Another small and very important topic is international organizations. United Nations, you have to study about the organs, agencies, programs and funds. Other regional organizations, nuclear organizations, treaties and conventions, ideological and political organizations, financial and trade organizations, cultural and religious organizations, international relations, bilateral and multilateral relations including military exercises. So the source of all of these will be the respective organization website. For example, if you want to study about United Nations, go to United Nations website. They will have something like about. So read what United Nations stands for, what is its objective. So you need not by heart the objective, but when you read it, observe the essence of the objective. And same applies for other topics as well. And you can also supplement whatever that you've studied with readings from newspaper. Special areas. So these are special areas that you have to concentrate. Though there are limited number of topics, I can assure you that 3 to 4 questions are definitely asked from these areas. So what are they? Agriculture, geographic, economic and environmental perspective, map, both India and the world, schemes, acts, policies, reports, indices, rules and regulations related to social justice and empowerment, governance, international reports and indices, other miscellaneous topics including historical events. So sources for all of these will be newspaper, respective organization's website, and very importantly Oxford Student Atlas. So how you have to use your atlas is, suppose if you find any new place that is appearing in the newspaper today. For example, today there was an issue about Kenya and Somalia fighting over the territorial waters. So what you do, you immediately take your Oxford Student Atlas, you see where is Kenya and Somalia. Is there anything relevant to India about Kenya and Somalia? Or what is the sea that they are having border with? So this is how you have to prepare for any places in the world. So if the particular place has some conflict, for example, Iraq and Syria are continuously in the news. So places like Raqqa, Mosul are very important, and you have to see where it is. Do they share any border with any seas, or it is present in which country? So these are the small information that you have to collect, and this will be very useful, and I can assure you that few questions are asked from this. So this is in regard for subject-wise classification of the topics. So don't worry of the list of topics that is there. We will upload this as a Google document in the description below. For beginners, you need not be scared of the number of topics. As I told you, you can use internet as a source, or most of the books that I have given as source are available in Google as a PDF. So you can download and you can read the topics as I've listed. So for example, you can download the PDF of Lakshmikant book. As you read historical background, make a tick mark so that you've completed the topic. This is for beginners. For people who have already started preparing for prelims, what I would say is you can use this list as a checklist. So when you see this and you have completed historical background, give again a tick mark or you score it out, assuming that you have completed the topic. So in case of revision also, you can come back and see what are the topics that is left and you can work on it. So these are the list of prelims topics. Question paper analysis. So what I would recommend is that you do analysis of question paper, especially of prelims question paper from the year 2014 to 2019. This is very, very important. You might ask me that how it is important. Is it okay if we just see the question and what is the answer? No, that is not what I mean by question paper analysis. I will give you an example of how important question paper analysis is. So this is a sample question from 2018 prelims paper. So consider the following: arecanut, barley, coffee, finger millet, groundnut, sesame, turmeric. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has announced the minimum support price for which of the above? So this is a question. You might think, okay, I don't know what is a Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. All that I know is minimum support price. Minimum support price is a price that is given by the government to support the farmers in case if they face any loss. So this is all that I know. I do not know if the above 7 crops are covered under minimum support price, or if government is issuing any kind of support prices for the above mentioned crops. Most of us will have this problem. So how do I come to the answer? So most of us, if we see so many numbers, we will go for D option, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. But what I say is, go through the options very carefully. First is arecanut. Do you think government is going to give any subsidy for arecanut? Arecanut is kind of an addiction that people take. Will government give? So if I remove 1, see, all that is remaining is option B. So you did not know the meaning of arecanut. Come to coffee. Will government give any subsidy for a beverage that is considered luxury by many? So coffee and tea is a luxury for many. Not all drink coffee every day. Will government give subsidy for coffee? Think of that. So again, if I remove coffee, that is option 3, I will be left only with B. So this is how you logically arrive at the answer. This is what you mean by analysis of question paper. You take every question and try to derive the answer. You need not know the answer. Please note the word that I am using. You derive the answer. You need not know the answer. So as I told you, answer is B. In prelims preparation, I am going to comprehend everything that I have told you. You have the static part, you have the dynamic part. Static part, I have given you subject-wise topics. You revise your notes, read standard textbooks twice. In dynamic part, you take notes of current affairs, revise notes, etc. So this is a small presentation. This is going to really be helpful. And if you have any doubts, please do comment. And if you want more such videos, also comment. We will be encouraged by your act. Thank you.